Udo Kauser has been covering the night series, in fact not night series, it's the Athletics South Africa Speed Series. Udo, I know we missed a couple of races since we've been off air, but you're going to give us up to date on exactly what happened before we come back and have a chit chat.
Well, we're going to save the best for right about now, because the last time we chatted, what I did say was that we're looking forward to that men's 4x100 meter relay race. And if you're looking at the likes of Clarence Munyai, the likes of Akani Simbine, Enrico Brenkis, Gift Leotlela, all running in one race, I can tell you what, it was always going to be exciting. That's what the South African team comprised here this evening in Germiston. Let's see how that race went down with none other than Enrico Brenkis leading off Team SA.
Men's 4x100 meters relay on the track now, and this might be a South African record attempt by the South African team in lane 3, being led off by Enrico Brenkis. He'll pass to Gift Leotlela. You can see that's the first changeover. Leotlela waiting. Clarence Munyai in lane 3 there on the second changeover, and then he will hand off to Akani Simbine, South Africa's 9.89 man. And there is Brenkis, one of the two survivors in this team from the team that ran the South African record in 2014. Brenkis was a lead-off runner then as well, and Simbine was also the anchor athlete. And here, look out for the South African team in lane 3. The record they're chasing, 38.35 seconds. Well, a good start there by Enrico Brenkis. He's right up on the shoulder of the Tshwane University of Technology. Man from Swaziland in lane 6, also running quite well, in lane 5 rather. Lane 6 is Malaysia, and here comes Gift Leotlela for South Africa, moving extremely fast down that back straight. Leotlela, new South African junior record holder in the 100, lands off to Clarence Munyai, the junior record holder in the 200. And it's Munyai around the bend, giving it to the South African record holder in the 100, Akani Simbine. The changeovers have looked very, very good here. Simbine running away with the Swaziland chasing, so is Malaysia, but look at that gap. Akani Simbine coming through, 38.47 the official time on the clock. We'll wait to see if it's rounded down, but not quite a South African record. But that was quite impressive from the South African team, Geraldine.
Yes, it was very, very impressive, considering the fact that the guys only had one opportunity to practice their changeovers, and we know in a relay, especially the sprint relay, it's all about the baton changeovers. And it was amazing. Clarence hand up in the air, knowing that they are going to win this race, and it's by a country mile. And I think closer to the World Championships, these guys will definitely break the South African record, if not run under 38 seconds.
Well, that should be a good qualifier for the World Championships, no matter what happens to the World Relays. And a very happy Akani Simbine, anchor runner for the South African team.
Ha re sheba jwale dintlha tsa bahlankana ho relay 4x100 meters. Team South Africa e nkile maemo a pele 38.47, maemo a bobedi ke Team Swaziland ka 39.75, a boraro ke Team Malaysia 40.18.
There we have it, 38.47 in the men's 4x100 meter relay. First of all, getting that baton on the bend there, you killed it.
Yeah, the key thing was to get the handovers clean, and we knew we were going to run the first time.
Well, a fantastically fast time. All focus, I suppose, on the World Relay Champs coming up. Is this the makeup of that final team?
We're not sure yet, but we still have to wait for ASA to select the official team. But I'd be happy if this is the team, because it's the first team.
Well, there we go. Speaking of happiness, what a fantastic lead off there by Enrico Brenkis. Wonderful start.
Yeah, man, I've been working on my start, so for me to come out here and pull up a great first leg, it was good.
Akani Simbine, your thoughts on the race here this evening and just the team that has been assembled?
The race was good, It was great to actually assemble a team that could actually bring power to the track, and we did the job, and we got a really great time. So the team's pretty good, and I'm looking forward to the future running with them.
Now, no disrespect to the youngsters standing here to our side, but the one eagerly anticipated dice is between current national champion and the man who led off at the Olympics. If World Relay Champs happens, that dice is not going to happen.
I have no comment on that one.
Akani, from your side?
We'll see what happens. But, whatever happens, we're all going to bring our best game out to the track, Whether we go to World Relays, whether we go to SAs, that we all find the best on the track. So if it is World Relays, if it is Nationals...
You know what? I'm not going to let the two of you get away with this. I want a preference from you. If it comes down to making a choice between World Relays and their dice at nationals? What will it be for Akani?
For me personally, it's a dice. I like going head-to-head with this guy.
And for you?
I want to go and defend my title, man. That's what's up. I want to
Okay.
go and defend my title, yeah.
Athletics South Africa, you'll have a problem. Well, there we go. Shots, scenes from Germiston Stadium here as the ASA Speed Series number 4 wrapped up. And I meant it when I said it, that Athletics South Africa have themselves a very interesting quandary, a very interesting problem, because I'm told by the president that they will finalize the team selection for World Relay Champs by this week. And then you've got athletes who are saying that actually what they want to do is be at nationals come the time of the end of April. I wonder how all of that is going to play out. It leads to a fascinating conversation both on and off the track after a wonderful night of racing and throwing once again as some of South Africa's top athletes gathered in one place again for yet another spectacular, successful ASA Speed Series. With that, and with all the conversation, I hand it back to you, Tabiso.
Udo, before I let you go, quick one. You've covered 4 of the Speed Series. We've had a quick see at how our athletes have fared over the past month or so. In fact, over the past year, I'm thinking to myself, crikey, we've got sprinters galore in South Africa. Something is coming right. All the, rubbish and as far as the boardrooms and the administration of the past seems to have come to an end, and our athletes are holding their own.
And isn't that the way that sport should be? Run on the track, played on the field, and not discussed and deliberated upon when it comes to the boardrooms of South African sport. It's good to see that South Africa's athletes are doing as well as they have. Now, not only on the track, because we're looking at something like 10 runners who can do sub-10 100-meter runs in South Africa. Unheard of a couple of years ago. There's been a groundswell of change when it comes to the speed merchants in South Africa. And it's infecting our women runners as well. Alyssa Conley slowly getting back to her best this year. It all comes down to whether we can get those the athletes to qualify, of course, for the World Champs in August this year. But I tell you what, I think South Africa needs to brace itself, because that National Championship 2017 is going to be fantastic. The big story of 2017 thus far, undoubtedly, that of Luvo Manyonga. The fact that he's jumped a new South African record, and we saw that progression, that stability, that consistency that came in at the ASA Speed Series 2 event when he was jumping in Bloemfontein, and really set himself up as somebody who could potentially break the record, and a couple of days later, he did just that. So South African athletics at the moment on a fantastic wicket, and the year can only get better.
Now, finally, you're speaking about the speed merchants. Luvo Manyonga, obviously, I was going to ask about him, but you've just mentioned him. The one thing that I think a lot of people at home are saying, the 4x1, they look polished, they look good enough. Maybe we learned something in Rio where we thought we would have them. And I was telling some guys that we are not strangers to a medal at a 4x1. We did so at the World Champs in Edmonton, Canada. So we can do it.
Absolutely, and had it not been for potential disqualification, we could have ended up with a medal as well at the Olympic Games. But the big thing is, South Africa had the opportunity, Athletics South Africa had the opportunity to qualify a really talented generation of 100-meter sprinters, 200-meter sprinters for the Olympics last year. They didn't do so. The president, his message was fairly adamant that even if athletes have to skip the national championships in 2017, they need to go and do it for the country in the Bahamas over the same weekend that the SA championships will happen. So, yes, we certainly have the class to threaten the best teams in the world. I mean, this evening's run, a speedily assembled team running a competitive race for the first time in the 4x100 in 2017 were literally 0.5 of a second off that qualifying time for the World Champs. Of course, at the Africa Champs last year, they secured their spot, their berth in the Bahamas at the World Relay Champs already. So even on that note, you've got 4 fantastic runners who ran here this evening. I'm listening to the journalists around me, to our analysts upstairs saying, but there's a further debate to be had here, because what if we bring Anaso Jobodwana into the race, drop one of the youngsters, put him on the bend? What if we lead off with somebody like Tando Roto, who wind-assisted ran a sub-10 just a couple of weeks ago? So there are all sorts of possibilities of what that final team can look like, which only augurs well for South African athletes and, as I said, those speed merchants.
Yeah, Udo Carl, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you to the team at SABC Sports for bringing us all the live action from all the ASA Speed Series throughout to them, as we enjoyed showing them to our viewers right here on SABC News Channel 404. Thank you much indeed. Well, that's it. Udo Carlson and the team at SABC Sports giving us all the live action from the ASA Night Series. Now, earlier in the evening, you didn't